Good afternoon. One Purpose, One Sound, live radio, TV, and podcast. We are here with Judge Batiste. We're going to talk a little bit today about law and legacy and what's life like on the bench and beyond the bench. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, a little introductory about you and everything.
I'm actually a junior, originally from New Orleans. Lived in New Orleans for 10 years. My father, who's a musician, had taken a job at Southern University as an assistant band director with the marching band. And now I'm dating myself. This was in 65. And we moved to Baton Rouge right before Betsy came through to New Orleans. I basically grew up on the campus of Southern, going to Southern University Laboratory School. And after finishing from the lab, okay, so we got alumni. Going to the lab, went to Southern undergrad, majored in economics. And then a couple of years later, went from there to the law center and finished law school in 1981.
Oh, wow. Wow. That's some good history. Oh,
Thank
yeah. So, Southern University, rich history, especially with their law center, one of the top in the nation.
It is.
One of the top in the nation. So, as far as being a judge, what's been the most rewarding part about serving on the bench?
The most rewarding part, and I really found that out once I announced my retirement, is the ability to affect people's lives in a positive manner. Even though we handle everything from criminal to civil to family law, although, and it's just a part of the job, half the people like your rulings, half won't.
Right.
But what I always try and do is explain the reasons why I'm ruling the way that I'm ruling. Even though you may not agree with it, at least I give you the benefit of letting you know the reason why I rule that way.
Yes.
And, I always try and treat everybody with respect and treat everybody the same way that I would want to be treated.
Absolutely.
As well.
That goes a long way, especially in such that position. Yes.
It does.
Because a lot of times, like, we're looking, or we're in court looking at the cases and trying to follow it and understand what's being said and why. So I think the why is important for a lot of people.
Right, it is.
Yes.
And I found that a lot of times people just want to have the opportunity to be heard.
Yes.
Tell their side of the story. So I make certain to do that, whether it's $1 million case or, your regular everyday fender bender or something.
Right.
Give them the opportunity to have their day in court.
To express themselves, right?
Exactly.
Yes. Exactly. I tell my students a lot, it's like, well, if you ever have to stand before a judge, they're going to hear what you have to say and what that person have to say. But I'm just trying to use that analogy. Like, I always bring up, if you ever have to stand up before a judge, what do you think they're going to hear? So.
Right. Right.
And how long have you been a judge or were a judge?
I was sworn in on the bench in 2003, January 2003.
Okay.
And I've ran and won that first election. And through the grace of God, I haven't had any opposition since then.
Wow, that's amazing.
And so I just retired January 31st of 2026.
That's
so
a long
23
time.
years, yes.
That's amazing. So from 2003 to 2026, what are some of the changes in the legal system that you've noticed, or some of the changes in the system?
Probably one of the biggest things I've noticed is the lack of respect. It's really changed from when I first came on the bench to these last couple of years that I've been on the bench. And it just seems to be a totally different world now. Where I sit as a judge, the parish of Iberville, Pointe-Coupee, and West Baton Rouge Parish, basically rural areas, but a lot of these kids have taken on the identity of kids in larger metropolitan areas, trying to live that life, even though most of them know each
towns,
other,
yeah.
grew up around each other, even related to each other.
Cousins.
And it just doesn't make any sense to me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The lack of respect is definitely something. I don't know where the behavior is coming from or where they learned it. Do they have too much access to social media or to the internet? But it is definitely there.
Yeah.
I've been seeing it.
Yeah.
So, being a judge, that's pretty serious. Being an attorney is pretty serious. So what are the qualities that made you like a great judge and a great leader?
I really and truly believe that the life experiences that I had prior to taking the bench made a big difference in my ability to sit and serve as a judge. And if you look at my history, it's really been varied. While I was in undergraduate school, I worked at Exxon Chemical as a process operator.
Yeah.
I did that for 4 years before I decided to go to law school. I'd always said I was going to go to law school, and finally made up my mind to leave that job and go to work. I had the opportunity to serve in the United States Navy.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you. As an attorney, and I was stationed at a Naval Air Station base in Lemoore, California. So I got to meet the real aviators, the guys that fly the planes off the carriers, Marine Corps individuals, and had the opportunity to really see and meet people from all around the country and serve with them. And that was an eye opener for me and a great experience for me as well.
So just like being well versed in everything and being able to relate to different type of people. That's really one thing that's a good quality of a leader for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
And basically, once I came back home, and that would have been in '85, I went to work for the Public Defender's Office in East Baton Rouge Parish.
Oh boy!
And I basically served in every court in East Baton Rouge, from district court, city court, juvenile court, and that gave me a lot of varied experience. Yeah. And then moved to Iberville Parish, Plaquemine, in 1992.
Okay.
And opened a private practice with my then wife. She was an attorney, Yolanda Jefferson Batiste. And in 1997, was able to become the first chief administrative officer of Iberville Parish. When they changed their form of government from police jury to Parish President Council.
Okay.
And that gave me an opportunity to meet people, more people to meet me actually in Iberville Parish. And I think laid the groundwork for me to become elected as judge in Iberville Parish.
So just having that legacy, having that framework and meeting all these type of people, networking, connections, that carried a long way.
It did. Yeah. It really and truly did. And I was just sitting here thinking as a little boy in New Orleans, we would take the ride up from New Orleans and actually come to Hillaryville.
Oh, okay.
My daddy's aunt lived in Hillaryville. She was married to Walter Hill.
Yeah, they have a road.
Right, that's what I understand. They have a road name. So we would come out here, at least maybe once every year or so and visit with them.
So if you touched everywhere from New Orleans, Parish, Jefferson, all the way to the country towns along the river road.
Exactly.
Yes.
But I always had a great time coming out here.
Yes, it's fun.
Yeah.
Like my cousins from New Orleans, they always say, we coming to the country. We coming to the country. And we say, we going to the city. So, yeah.
And while my cousins teased me from New Orleans, when we moved to Baton Rouge, they were talking about the traffic goes clip-clop, like horses in Baton Rouge. So I understand.
That was a big adjustment, huh?
It was.
From the city to here.
Right. It was definitely a difference. But I've come to enjoy my time, and actually I've lived here. Actually, I've lived not long in Iberville, West Baton Rouge Parish, longer than I lived in Baton Rouge.
Wow.
So this has become home.
It's home now.
Yeah,
Yes.
It is.
So, all that experience, all that everything you've accumulated throughout the years, what advice would you give someone who's following your footsteps that maybe want to be a lawyer or a judge?
Um, if you want to become an attorney, and this is what I was told, I actually started at LSU's law school
Mm-hmm.
while I was still. I quit working at Exxon the day I graduated from Southern undergrad, which was August of 1976.
Mm-hmm.
And I called in to try and get off, and they wouldn't let me off.
So you quit.
So I quit. And I had gotten accepted to LSU's law school. But the dean of the law school at that time told me, if you want to do anything, make sure you read. And it doesn't matter what you read. You
Just
read
read.
anything, just make sure you understand what you're reading. And I found that to be true.
Yes.
Another thing I found to be true is to brush up on your math skills, algebra skills.
Okay.
Because the law and applying the law is like working through an equation. If you have A plus B, then that equals C. And that's basically the way the law works too.
Right.
You know, in order to decide whether or not somebody's committed, say, burglary, you have to prove that they entered into a home without authorization with the intent to commit a theft or felony therein. So if you have those elements, then you have the crime. If any one of those elements are missing, then you don't have
no crime.
Right.
Oh wow.
So that's the way for me, that's the way I think about it.
So it's all logic.
You know, like right, exactly, logic.
Okay.
And just figuring it out and looking at it and figuring it out from that point.
Is that one of the things that kind of helped you with the LSAT when you had to take that?
Yes. Kind of flew from the seat of my pants with the LSAT, but it really helped me when I took the board exam. And I, again, blessed enough and fortunate enough to pass the board exam the first time that I took it. Yeah. And that's something else I wanted to, one of the things I would want to do would be impart that type of knowledge to students at the law center. But the passage rate at Southern has gone way up now. So they've really been doing things the correct way with the number of students that are passing it on the first time.
That's amazing.
It really is. So that's a credit to the leadership at the law center that they have up there now, that they put into place the tools that those students need to be able to pass the bar. So
they go in now and everything they need to be successful is right there for them.
Exactly.
That's good. I like to see the law school graduations. Yeah. It's like, man, to get in law school and then to graduate and practice, study for the bar, and then to start your career, that's amazing.
Right.
I did my work study there. I used to have aspirations, but
why'd you change it? Well, it's still not too late.
It's not too late.
If you decide you want to go, it's not too late.
It's not too late. Yeah.
No, it's not. Unlike doctors with medical schools,
right?
Really, never too late to go to law school.
Right. So just had to change.
Both our governors, at least two of our governors, Foster and Landry, finished from Southern.
Sure did. Yep. Yeah. So it's an amazing place. And I used to love working there and just meeting the different people. There are people from everywhere. All over the country. Yes. And it was that way when I was in law school. Okay. And a lot of them were military. Yep. Right. So they were like doing the JAG officer training and all that. I was like, this is cool. I didn't, coming from a small town and just being around those people with those aspirations, it just kind of helped me too, like motivated me. Yeah. Well, you've had some great attorneys come from this area too. Oh yeah. Yes, most definitely. Alvin Turner for one, his son Travis. Walter Dumas. Yes, yeah. Originally roots from this area. Exactly. Yeah. Too. We got some inspiration now. You don't have to look too far. No, you don't. I love that. Yeah, we just right here. Right. And we just have to want it. Right. That's it. Have to want it. That's it. So now that you're semi-retired, that's the word. Semi-retired. Semi-retired. What do you hope that your legacy would be? And again, I saw it from
when I made the announcement that I was retiring,
Mhm.
and they had a big article in the newspaper. I'm not that tech savvy, really don't get on social media, but people were telling me about all the comments on Facebook in response to the article. That showed me, and I never thought that. In my mind, I'm just doing my job.
Right.
And I'm trying to treat everybody the same way I would want to be treated and with respect. But it showed me that I had a positive impact on people's. And basically, I guess if I was able to see the comments at my funeral services, it would be those type of comments.
Right, right.
I didn't realize, as Sally Field said when she received an Oscar, I didn't realize y'all cared that much about me.
And they were watching, right?
Right, and watching. So, you know, I'm grateful. I'm humbled that I left that type of legacy behind.
Yes, yes, and making that impact in such a small community as well. Yeah. So, got all this time, not all this time now, because you got some things brewing coming up. What are some things you hope to get into, some hobbies or post-retirement activities?
Well, as I said, my father was a musician, jazz musician. And he recorded quite a bit of music. He did at least about 3 different albums that are out there, but he has some other music that hadn't been released, and it's really not doing any good sitting on the shelves.
Okay.
So that's what I would like to do, is get into that and, you know, do what we need to do. I'm talking about my brother, who's still living too. He's a couple of years younger than I am, to get his music out there to share with
the world.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he left an even greater legacy than what I did, you know, because all of the students that he had, that he taught, and that matriculated from him, keep his name alive, and his music is still always out there.
Okay, yeah.
As well. So
that music, that art never
leaves.
That's amazing.
And so when I say my name, I always have to emphasize Junior, because a lot of people have heard about him, or they've heard about the Alvin Batiste, the artist in Donaldsonville.
That's what I was thinking when I saw your name. I say,
right.
I thought there was an artist, yeah. But both are artists and both are amazing,
Right, and both of them are. And Daddy got a chance to meet him. And I had too,
Well, we'll take a commercial break, and we can talk more about the music and legacy when we return.
All right.
Every continent, every city, the world is shifting and new things are happening. This is One Purpose, One Sound, radio, TV, podcast. We are worldwide. Get on our network. Pitch your business, your podcast, your life adventures. Reach out to us. Integrated right into your cars. Streaming 24/7 on Android, Google, and all platforms. Download the app. Send us a message. Tune in and listen. Play us all day long. Stay locked into One Purpose, One Sound. We are here for you.
Exposing the secret behind your next music obsession, where every beat brings you closer to the world around you. Are you ready to connect, discover, and jam out? Anytime, anywhere. Let's dive in and see what's possible. Imagine cruising through the city, catching your favorite radio station right in your car, sharing the moment with friends, or chilling at home with a podcast that feels like it was made just for you, filling your space with stories and laughter. With One Purpose, One Sound, you get it all. Radio, TV, podcasts, news, and events on one app, everywhere you are, whenever you want. From Apple CarPlay to Android Auto, smart TVs to your phone, we're built for your world. Seamless, simple, and always on. Want a song? Request it. Your voice matters here. Got feedback or just want a shout out? We're listening, literally, every single day. Join a community that's just as passionate as you are. Sharing, liking, connecting on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and more. Our platform is very impressive. Our content, award-winning. Our energy, non-stop, 24/7. So, ready for something new, exciting, and 100% you. The next big thing is just a tap away. Download One Purpose, One Sound. Tune in. Your world connected.
It starts as a whisper, a thought, standing still in a quiet room. It follows you into the noise of the city, an idea that demands to be more than just a dream. You have the vision, you have the passion. But does the world have your frequency? Welcome to One Purpose, One Sound. We are the bridge between local ambition and global recognition. Radio, TV, podcast, we dominate the airwaves. Whether you're a business looking to expand or a podcaster ready to break boundaries, we don't just broadcast you to the neighborhood. We broadcast you to the world. We aren't like the others. We don't offer just average solutions. We tailor our power to fit your needs. From unique radio spots to full visual production, we strive to help local voices become national conversations. Seen, heard, remembered. Find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Your audience is waiting. Let's make it happen. Visit onepurposeonesound.com. One purpose, one sound, your voice.
So we were welcome back to One Purpose, One Sound Radio Live TV and Podcast. Again, Dawn Bennett here with the Honorable Judge Batiste Jr.
Thank you.
So we were when we left, we were talking about music, the next endeavors. Once you come off the bench, talking about music.
Yes.
And getting your dad's albums.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about that, because that's very interesting.
He was a clarinet player.
Okay.
Was his major instrument. And he finished from Southern too. He was in the marching band as well as the concert band and so forth. And he played and toured with people like Cannonball Adderley.
Oh, wow.
They were really good friends. He actually played in Ray Charles's band.
Oh, that's major.
Too. Yeah.
Yes.
When he got a little older, he was playing and touring with Billy Cobham,
Mm-hmm.
a drummer. And it took a while before he did his first album. He was signed through CBS, and the name of the album was Late. I guess better late than never.
Right? I like that.
But some of his students were people like Randy Jackson from
American Idol.
Yeah. Yeah, Donald Harrison, Branford Marcellus. Those are some of the students that he had and taught.
That's a major name. So growing up in a household full of music and those type of vibes, I bet just never a dull moment.
Never. It wasn't. As a kid growing up in New Orleans, he would have some of the other musicians coming over practicing and stuff at the house. I also have to pay tribute to my mother as well. And she came from a family of 16 children.
Wow.
11 girls and 5 boys. I grew up right in uptown New Orleans on Delachey Street.
Wow.
And that's where we spent most of our time, was uptown. And all of her sisters and brothers had to play a musical instrument too. And she played clarinet as well. That's how my daddy met in the band at Booker T. Washington.
That's amazing.
It is.
2 clarinet players.
2 clarinet players.
So you know what my next question gonna be. What you played?
I played clarinet too.
You played it too?
I did too, but
I did too.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I couldn't play like my daddy, so I knew that wasn't my forte.
That wasn't your thing, right?
I played from a little kid, 5 years old, all the way through high school.
Okay.
Stopped in the marching band when I got big enough to play football, and played football at the lab school from 10th grade all the way through 12th.
Okay.
And my claim to fame there is playing against Doug Williams and Terry Robisky.
Oh wow! Everybody know
Yeah.
Doug Williams.
Right. We're all the same age.
Okay.
And we could always beat Doug Williams in Cheneyville, but couldn't beat Terry Robisky in Second Ward.
Look, and as long as we beat Doug Williams in the Bayou Classic,
Yeah.
that's all that matters.
Right.
But
And that took a while.
Yeah, it did. But just glad just to know that there's people in our community that came from humble beginnings, Uptown, Cheneyville,
Yeah.
those areas that made an impact globally.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, people are actually like they're looking up to us,
Right.
to y'all.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
that's major. That's major. We talked about post retirement hobbies. We talked about, let's see, activities after the bench. So impact. You said you got a chance to do what, civil court, criminal court.
Yeah, civil court, criminal court, juvenile court. We have a hearing officer in the 18th JDC. She would handle most of the family cases, except for those ones that were contested. And if they're contested, then it would come to the judge. So I handle those as well.
Juvenile is kind of like a sticky subject. How do you impact the kids, or what are some things you had implemented to help them keep them out the streets, decrease their recidivism of them going back into the?
Yeah. That's was my biggest focus. Is taking the time to talk to these kids
right
when they appeared in front of me in juvenile court, and try and always talk to them about what is it that you want to do.
Right.
What do you dream about doing once you finish high school? What do you see yourself at? And then asking them, do you have a plan to be able to do that? And try and encourage them to do well.
Yeah. And
to do their best. And the biggest surprise I get from these kids is how many of them have never heard of the Golden Rule.
Really?
Really. And that was something that was impressed upon me.
Something so simple to us.
Yeah, but a lot of them have never heard of it. And I tell them, what it is, and just think, if you don't want anybody to hit you, then don't you hit anybody.
Yeah.
If you don't want anybody to take anything from you, then don't take anything from them.
It's that simple.
It's that simple. Right.
But maybe the way they're wired or something, the way things are now, I don't know.
Right.
I see it every day in a classroom.
And God bless you.
Because I don't want them to have to be standing in front of you or your colleagues one day.
Yeah.
Because everybody's not going to have the same empathy for them. So that's my thing. I working in law enforcement before and working at the courthouse, I don't want to see any of my students have to go to court for the wrong reasons. So if I could catch them there, maybe we could divert some of that. But it's hard. They don't know the golden rule, respect.
Right.
And my favorite thing is, if I was your mom, would you be treating me like this? Because they seem to love mama, but nobody else get that same respect.
And the same thing here is when I have them, and the older ones especially, it's trying to talk to them, because if nothing else, you see the problems you're causing your mama. Having to go out here and try and raise money to get you out of jail.
Right.
For what you're doing.
For
and these are the people that really love you. And that's who you need to be listening to instead of these other folks.
The knuckleheads from your boys. That's not
and none of them in here with you in court.
Yep.
Probably laughing at you. Those aren't your true friends. Those aren't the people that care about you. If they cared about you, they'd tell you the right thing to do.
Right.
Instead of telling you
and I try to tell them a lot of times, like, accountability. Like, if you see your friend doing something wrong, let them know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Be the leader.
Right.
Instead of being a follower. And that's something I try and share with them too. I'm a big movie buff. And it was in Coach Carter as well as Aquila and the Bee.
Oh, yeah. Too good.
That poem about being a light.
Yes.
Let your light shine, and share that with them. Just to let them know it's a different way, another way out there.
Yeah. I did this project with them for the end of the year. Need something to do, right? Because they started to get all the LEAP tests done. So let's do a college project. I made them pick a school in Louisiana, and they had to research it, tell me something about the math part, the social studies, science, and ELA part, just for some an easy grade. And a lot of them have never heard of schools right down here like Thibodeau or Tulane or Xavier. And we went on a field trip to New Orleans, and we passed Xavier. They're like, "That's the college. We saw that college on the slideshow." So they got excited to actually see something that they read about and then see it in real life.
Yeah.
They was and then we passed Tulane. They got excited about that too. Yeah. Just to take them out their element.
Right.
And they see something from a book or a slideshow. They just see it. So just exposing it in their mind and just let them see something.
Right. We take it for granted. And you're right. Need to try and expose them to different things to let them know it's in all of the world,
Right.
and everything's within your reach. You just have to, work for it.
Like a lot of this stuff is like 20 minutes up the road,
Mm-hmm.
30 minutes, just have to want to go, want to see, want to do.
Right.
And I told him, I was like, your parents probably wouldn't mind bringing you here to see different colleges and go to the zoo or the things we looked at. So, and a lot of them, the band guys were really excited about Southern when we did their project. Because I try to like show them like, this is the band here, even Grambling, Jackson State, like different things. Because they just never been or saw. So just kind of exposure. Because the kids now are different from us. We used to have field trips to an LTI and go for field trips. I don't think they can do that these days. Right.
And that's something else I used to do in court would be to invite the different schools to come in and observe court.
Right.
And it was mostly the middle schoolers that would come and have them come on the criminal days. And so sometimes I'll have inmates there from Hunts.
Yes.
And give them the opportunity to talk to them. And one of the inmates was telling me, I wish they had this when I was coming through.
Right.
And telling them they don't want to trade places with him.
Exactly.
And be where he's at.
Because it's one thing to see it on TV, but to actually see it. Right. Right.
And, some you can help, some you can't. But it's worth it for the ones that do get the message and turn their lives around.
Exactly.
And that's probably the most gratifying part for me is going to the store or wherever and somebody approaching me and saying thank you. I probably don't even remember where you are, but thank you for what you did. Thank you for what you told me. And that just makes me want to melt.
Yes.
And actually want to cry because I wasn't expecting to have that type of impact, but I'm glad I did.
That's amazing. Like the impact is phenomenal. Just for them to remember that or just the gratitude. Yes.
Right.
So now that the impact got to keep going, you off the bench. So how has life from January to now been going?
It's been going good. Because even though I'm still handling court, I get to pick and choose.
Right.
So it's a lot less stress on me and not having to really sit and think and worry about a decision that I might make on a case because I know it's coming up and I know what's going on. A little bit more relaxing and not taxing.
Because it's optional now, right?
Right, it's optional now.
Yes, that makes a big difference.
It does. It does. And kind of cherish the time that I have to, do other things other than thinking about a decision I got to make.
Because I know that can be like mentally draining at times.
It is, especially when it impacts people's lives.
Yes.
On the criminal bench for certain. It can have a
long lasting, yes, a ripple effect too. Right. Different people are affected by different things.
Exactly.
What is your most memorable case that you could talk about or recall?
I'll bring this one up because the Supreme Court finally weighed in on it, and they affirmed the conviction of this kid. And this was a young kid that I knew from out in the community because my daughter ran track, my stepdaughter ran track, and I would see him out there running track too. I knew the victim that was killed from seeing her in the community as well. And it was just crazy, why he would take this young girl's life. And came out during the trial, it mentioned, and again, I don't really go on social media, so
you don't see all that comments,
stuff, but something about Goku, some kind of little character fiction, I guess
one of the anime or something,
yeah, and I guess that's who he thought he was that night. He had a beef with the girl's boyfriend, and he couldn't shoot him, so ended up shooting her. And he had already said that's what he was going to do before he did it.
Man.
And, it actually went to a jury. The jury kind of hung up a little bit because they didn't want to they didn't want to find him guilty where automatic punishment was going to be life in prison for taking this young girl's life.
Wow.
But they finally did come to a decision on it, and that was the issue that went before first the appeal court, and the appeal court ruled that I basically didn't tell the jurors all the options they had in terms of either not having to come to a decision, that we could either, even if the case was a mistrial, they could maybe reach a plea agreement with this guy if it had to be retried.
Oh my goodness!
But the Supreme Court came back and said no. The judge did what he was supposed to do.
The law is the law, right?
And so that was something that stuck with me because I know everybody, and that was other things. This little young lady mother. This was during COVID.
Mm-hmm.
The young lady's mother died too from COVID.
Though one of the victims.
Yeah, the victim's mother. Before the case actually was tried. But after her daughter was killed, and it was just tragic all the way around.
And then knowing
for both sides,
right.
Knowing them,
especially like in a small community, like everybody know everybody.
Everybody knows.
The judge know everybody. Right. This person, everybody. Yeah,
right. Exactly.
That happened to me. I had to go to court one time for some civil matter for a job I was at, and the judge had to say, "Oh, I know this person. She's friends with my daughter," and this. I'm like. Then she was like, "Do you mind if she had to ask, right. What is it that they do and they make sure everybody knows that y'all have a relationship or something?"
Yeah, they have to disclose, make a disclosure for the parties to decide whether or not they want to keep you as a judge or recuse you.
Right. I was like, man, this is my first time in court. And then I'm like, I know you. I was like, oh, we do live in a small town. So.
And it's hard not to, right? Like you said, you know everybody.
Right.
You know everybody. And but maybe that's the blessing of Iberville Parish. We so spread out. People across the river from St. Gabriel on the north end,
right?
Then on the south end, where Errol's family is from in White Castle.
Oh yeah.
So they may not have heard everything, but there's a real informal grapevine over there. People find out everything.
Oh yes, but that's what I love about it. And the impact is so much greater too when you have a community and everybody knows somebody. So yeah. But Judge, thank you for taking the time out your busy schedule. I enjoy talking to you. The gems and the jewels you're dropping.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Ready for hear the music from your father.
Yeah.
I know that project's going to be fun and interesting. And again, thank you for coming out with us. Is there anything you want to say before we wrap up?
The only other thing I was going to say is I always got time for the kids. To share with them, to work with them, because they are the future.
Absolutely.
And like you said, need to expose them to different things and be living proof that you can achieve whatever you want to. I did it.
Yes.
And if I did it, you can do it too.
Yes.
The big thing is just willing to make the sacrifice.
That's it.
Sacrificing time.
That's it.
And energy, to do what you need to do.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank
you so much again.
Exposing the secret behind your next music obsession, where every beat brings you closer to the world around you. Are you ready to connect, discover, and jam out? Anytime, anywhere. Let's dive in and see what's possible. Imagine cruising through the city, catching your favorite radio station right in your car, sharing the moment with friends, or chilling at home with a podcast that feels like it was made just for you, filling your space with stories and laughter. With one purpose, one sound, you get it all. Radio, TV, podcasts, news, and events on one app, everywhere you are, whenever you want. From Apple CarPlay to Android Auto, smart TVs to your phone, we're built for your world. Seamless, simple, and always on. Want a song? Request it. Your voice matters here. Got feedback or just want a shout out? We're listening, literally, every single day. Join a community that's just as passionate as you are. sharing, liking, connecting on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and more. Our platform is very impressive. Our content, award-winning. Our energy, non-stop 24/7. So, ready for something new, exciting, and 100% you. The next big thing is just a tap away. Download One Purpose, One Sound. Tune in. Your world connected.